Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, my second graders. Today we have a new session which is what makes a sentence or is it a sentence? As we studied before what a sentence, also we studied action part and naming part. Today we are going to discuss is it a sentence or not. As we studied that in a sentence must be formed of two main parts, which is the action part and the naming part. We will see if the sentence contains action part, naming part and action part, or subject and the verb, and gives a complete idea, it's a sentence. Good. And if it doesn't have either naming part or action part, so it is not a sentence. Let's see this, or let's watch this presentation. Okay. It will be about, is it a sentence? Okay. What is a sentence from the very beginning? We said that a sentence is a group of goods, a group of words that gives a complete thought. It must also give a complete thought. Like, I can't here say, my baby sister. It is not a sentence. Why? Because I don't know what does or what did she do. Okay? But if I'm going to say, my baby sister plays or eats. Okay? So we have naming part and action part. Okay? It gives me a complete thought. Here we have three group of words. We need to know which one of them is a complete sentence. Number one, he smiles. Number two, fall in the ground. Number three, my blue car runs fast. Okay, so here you have to identify if any one of them contains action part. Sorry, it must start at the beginning with naming part. Okay, then plus the second part will be action part. Okay, now we can say it's a sentence. Let's complete the presentation and see. Can you see this wheel? This one is the naming part and this one is the action part. So a sentence, it's like a bike, like a bike. I think you can see a picture of the bike on the screen now. This bike, it has two wheels. It has two wheels, wheel number one and wheel number two. Number one is the naming part and the number two is the action part. Okay? Here, do you think the bike can go with one, only one wheel of them? No, it must have the two wheels. The first one, which is naming part, and the second one, which has the action part. Without the two parts, it's not a complete sentence. It is not a complete sentence. Okay? So the sentence or sentences must have two main parts. Number one, naming part. Okay? And number two, action part. The naming part can be noun or pronoun. The naming part can be a noun or a pronoun. Okay? But the action part is a verb, and sometimes we call it predicate, so it will be action part and the completion of the sentence. Okay? If I need to know where is the subject or what is the subject, I have to ask myself, who or what does the action? Okay? Like, he smiles. So who smiles? Yes, he. So he is the subject, and so he is the subject, and the smile is the action part, or he, it will be naming part, and smiles, it will be the action part. Okay? Fall in the ground. Actually, this is not a sentence. One will ask or will say why it is not a sentence. Because fall is a verb or action part. Where is the naming part? We don't know what falls or who falls. Number three, my blue car runs fast. So my blue car is the naming part, okay? And run fast is the action part. So in sentence, must have, again, I need to repeat it, naming part, which can be a noun or pronoun, and action part, like mom. I can say here another sentence. Mom cooks food. So where is the naming part? It's mom, and the action part cooks food. Okay. Dad came late. So that is the naming part. Came late is the action part. Hopefully that you understood today's session because it's a very simple lesson. And thanks for watching. Goodbye. Stay healthy and stay safe.